Our presentation is on death penalty, and it is Proposition 66. What is death penalty? This death penalty is a punishment of execution due to someone convicting a crime, especially murder. There are multiple methods that could be used throughout this procedure. There are 5 methods: lethal injection, electrocution, lethal gas, firing squad, and hanging. Lethal injection is where they inject a chemical that contains sodium thiopental. It's an anesthetic that's being injected into the inmate's arm using needles to insert to their veins, which puts the inmate to sleep. This is the most used method. Electrocution is where they have an electric chair and they strap the inmates to it and electrocute them. Lethal gas is where they lock the inmates into a chamber and release crystals of sodium cyanide into the pail of the chamber, which is a chemical that causes a reaction. Firing squad is when they have the inmate seated and they start shooting. And for hanging, a rope is being tied around the inmate's neck along with a sandbag tied to the other end. After knowing more knowledge about what Proposition 66 death penalty is and what kind of procedures that could be done to inmates, there are a handful of people who oppose to this proposition due to the fact that it might be because the system is dysfunctional, unjust, and contrary to evolving moral standards. People believe that putting another person to sleep is not going to solve the problem of what is going on around the world, all the crimes that are being convicted. This is just going to make a bigger scene, and because no one deserves to be put to sleep like that, even though they may have done something terribly out of line. Also, another reason to add onto why people don't support Proposition 66 death penalty, because not that many people realize, but it also costs a lot of money just for death penalty. On the other hand, there are many people who support Proposition 66 death penalty. Reasons behind that are because they probably think the criminal who convicted a crime should pay the cost for what they did. For an example, murdering another human being. People believe that they should pay for what they have done. People also believe that it keeps the criminal from repeating the crime, so it prevents criminals from doing what they did, and there would be less in this world that commits those kind of crimes if their life is being taken away as a punishment of what they convicted.